This old tier list was published on Reddit when furniture was pretty new. Since then, a lot has changed, and we've learned quite a bit about furniture. So in this video, we'll explain all the recent changes so you can make the best decisions when deciding on your priorities. The tiers are pretty much the same. As you can see, niche carving was moved up since I generally recommend prioritizing it, although it really comes down to what heroes you have or need to have. I also rewarded the meta tiers to be more consistent. So starting from the underwhelming heroes, we have Raine. Raine passed an update recently. Huge buffs, great rework. 3 out of 9 increasing damage by 30%, 9 out of 9 making it pass through around like the lab relic voodoo doll. She's still outclassed by Lorsan due to the numbers and the time. The way I see it, it has a little delay. However, it's still a great furniture. It will enable Raine, going in good furniture for average heroes. So all the way over here, where I think she belongs as a second Lorsan. So 9 out of 9 still takes a lot of investment. It is the best part of her kit, the furniture, but it goes on average. Verk I'm not going to touch, he just gets a quick mention. 3 out of 9 is very good as a carry since his recent buff. He's often used as support as well. 9 out of 9 will only hit one enemy at a time. You do have this dream where it keeps poisoning the whole team around, but this is so impractical that Verk stays exactly where he is. Baden 3 out of 9 moves down. Its healing finance is nice, but usually don't stay in the battlefield long enough, even in the theoretical case where Baden is viable. So the furniture is not as good as we initially thought. 9 out of 9 is still very interesting, but the upper limit is very limited for this furniture since you can only have 4 phantoms on a battlefield at any time. Rigby, both 3 and 9 here in good furniture for underwhelming heroes. It's another hero I want to touch on. He has seen some PvP usage in the god comp, but he remains in place for campaign usage, where saving only one ally with the lowest combat rating with this furniture isn't as effective. He's probably still less bad than you think it is though. Now on to average heroes with not many changes in the lower tiers. We start with Naka. Naka 3 has proven more useful than I thought, and it is going up. The thing is that the extra charge in her survivability helps her in campaign where she's used in sets where her re-engage value is very high. Namora is one that I completely missed in the 9 out of 9. Not many people predicted it will get as much usage. Because of the research from the likes of Anthro from the Discord, we know the 9 out of 9 is niche carving. Nowhere less than that. Even with the recent changes in the speed, I won't expand on it here because there is so much research about it. Check out Anthro's Reddit post, really informative about how exactly it works and how can you pull off entire team jobs with that thing. Hendrick, another one I wanted to touch on. No changes, but another mention. People are sleeping on how good he is. Hendrick already has some little known utility in his percent HP to damage in his SI. Now his furniture is strictly better than Lucius because it doesn't rely on him doing an ult. It just increases the ally defense by Hendrick's defense base already very high. Now it makes it very efficient against burst comp, so keep an eye on this guy. Very useful furniture to have, often used in those Gwyneth sets, but can even find some usage out of them. Uq9 mentioned. He stays where he is, but people don't know how capped he is by his accuracy. He has the potential to become very strong. Sadly, his accuracy does not allow him to break through any further than that, but still a very good hero that could possibly be used as a carry if he gets more accuracy buffs from the likes of Leica. And speaking of her, we're moving on to meta heroes, starting with Leica. Now I'm going to do a brave move on the internet, guys, and I say I was wrong. She's better than I gave her. I thought she's plainly for support, but in some sets she can efficiently carry, occasionally even out-damaging Aaron. This makes her 3 out of 9 better than I gave it initially on the average furniture for meta heroes. Not on the lowest tier for that, and her 9 out of 9 that grants her so much more damage is going to be niche carving, because Leica is almost purely support the way we used to see her, but with this thing her damage rises up and actually enables her as a carry, carving her a new niche that she used to just not have. Another one I wasn't right about is gonna be Lorsan. I really hyped up the buff that he gets, but apparently gatekeeping such a small buff with such high speed, 50 haste, is very hard to achieve, and the reward being so underwhelming. The style of the furniture is good, but falls down to underwhelming, fails to just provide the value for him to be more consistent than his other furniture pieces that you want to grab, like Feral, for example. Rosalind 3 and 9, this is some stuff that we found out from experiment. Seems bug moved down according to Reddit testing. They are good, but the issue with them is that they just don't proc as much damage. We saw the damage on it. It's underwhelming. The 9 is actually less than the 3. Hopefully fixed this soon, but until it is, that's where it's gonna stay. Scrap 9 out of 9, I classified it with the niche. I think I was wrong on that. It's actually going to move down to average for average heroes. Remember, this takes a lot of investment, and also movement speed here refers to actual movement, not attack haste. So it's not as big as some people give it. The 3 out of 9 though remains in niche carving. Still huge stuff from Scrap. Gotta love them in Aaron comps. Stuffy 9, this is going to be a hot take. Increases cast speed, falls down for 3 reasons. Now, the first reason is going to be her transitioning to a buff side carry rather than a main carry in the endgame. Second is going to be her general fall and viability. And lastly, other plus 9s are being so important. She's still a very strong hero and has very good furniture, but just does not match up to those other heroes here on that list, like Farrell, for example. Run 3, another hot mention. Some people underestimate it, but it remains where it is. It heals for 100% in a battle, very good, especially with how strong the initial hero Rowan is. And now on to new heroes. We have Ezio. 3 out of 9 removing debuffs only when he kills an enemy, only working against soft control. So we're talking about mostly slows here, not Arden Root, because he can't kill while he's placed on a stun or something like that. So it's gonna go an underwhelming for average heroes, just not as good if you're going for it on its own. However, Ezio 9 is incredible. Giving him 500 energy at the start of the battle is very useful, especially for PvP, but also for PvE. Placing good furniture on average heroes, really strong, enables them to burst better, burst faster, and start cycling better than he does. Remember that the ult doesn't require the hero to go under the threshold to be effective, because it also increases Ezio's own damage. Lastly, Thelwyn, her 3 out of 9 blocks energy recovery for 100 enemies, 9 out of 9 steals energy from those enemies. This gives her a niche against heroes like Rosaline. The niche isn't good enough though, so I'm putting in both of them in good furniture for underwhelming heroes. It doesn't curve a niche all on its own, but it's still very nice to have, and something to keep an eye on for now. Now, quick credits for Discord members like Mischief, Arrow, and RPW for just helping me with this. And I'd love to hear what you guys think about this tier list and what other content you'd like. I hope this will help you when you come to make your own decisions about furniture, and I've been Linker. Thank you.